Okay, this is entitled, Am I the Asshole for Putting My Feet on the Seat in the Car and Suggesting My Brother-in-Law Walk if he had a problem? And you probably know why I picked this one, because I have a thing about feet.
Yep.
So the story goes a little something like this. I was wearing high heels all day, so my feet were killing me by the time we were driving home. So I took my shoes off and sat cross-legged on the seat. My feet weren't touching anybody, and my brother-in-law was sitting next to me and turned it into a big deal because apparently my feet are so gross to him. He told me to put my feet down and put my shoes on. I refused, so he claimed my feet stunk, which was a blatant lie. He had eventually backed down on me putting my shoes on, but he still wanted me to take my feet off of the seat. Nobody else had an issue about how. Oh, excuse me, that was my phone vibrating. About how I was sitting, and it wasn't my brother-in-law's car, so I got annoyed and told him to walk if he had a problem, since I feel like he was trying to embarrass me at that point. I think he got angry because I told him to walk, because he started arguing with me even more and getting louder and louder about it too. I got to the point where my husband and mother-in-law both had to tell him to shut up. Am I the asshole? Before you answer, this is a broadcast from me to the OP posters. Thank you, Christopher, teaching me that lingo. On Reddit. Don't get on here with these run-on sentences. It is hard to edit what the hell you say as we read it. Even if I pre-read it, it is hard. There are commas and there are semicolons. There are also colons and or periods for a reason. Please use punctuation when you write these stories. Also, grammar. I know it be whooping y'all ass. There, and there. Y'all have never gotten it right. Okay? There's apostrophes on some words. You know, when you say the Joneses, it could be the Joneses S apostrophe S or just S apostrophe. It's fun. We can make it fun. All I'm saying is get the old school hooked on phonics. Start over. Start over from the beginning. Get your phonics hooked and then come back and write this goddamn story. I'm sorry, Crystal. This one pissed me off for real because I'm
with you.
I can't with the punctuation.
Especially because a lot of the stories that I read, they're stories that I read a while ago and I've saved them. So I already know they're going to be good.
Yeah.
And it isn't until I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, let's get started and let's read it. And I'm reading it. I'm like, damn, like I should have pre-read this. Like I forgot how bad this
honestly, was. I might have to take these stories and run them through ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to input punctuation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with that.
I might do that from now on, honestly, because it is so hard to edit on the fly.
Because we can't just read something smoothly. Like we're sitting there sounding like we're stutter.
We can't read exactly because you hit.
I swear I can read, y'all.
The comma. I swear for God I can read. I swear for God. But you hit a point where there's supposed to be a comma there, and it's I don't know.
I'm with you. I feel
y'all hear it. Y'all hear it, and y'all can hear where there's supposed to be punctuation.
I feel your pain. Yes.
So is this young lady who will not take her funk ass feet off the seat?
I'm probably gonna I'm gonna say that everyone sucks here.
Hey, and there it is.
I don't think, because at the end of the day, this sounds like this is her husband's car, so i.e. this is also probably her car. Now, I understand. Girl, I understand. I understand the pain of wearing heels and your feet killing you. I get that. However, once you get into the car and you're sitting down, unless your heels are too tight, you know, just having them on it's going to be a relief. Like, you don't have to take them off if it bothers someone. And also, I absolutely do not believe 100% that your feet did not stink after wearing these heels for as long as you did. Like, girl, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
They probably did. Like,
I mean, like, the way you would stomp around that office, like,
I understand that, you know, you didn't like being called out by your brother-in-law, so, but it definitely didn't smell like daisies or roses, I promise.
Let me tell you something. Because I know them dogs, when they say them dogs was barking, them dogs was snarling. They had rabies at that point. Them dogs was killers. Right.
But at the end of the day, it is her and her husband's vehicle. And so, you know, if that's what she was doing and she wasn't touching you or anything like that, you know, I think her brother-in-law should have just gotten over it, maybe turned himself facing towards the window and just ignored her instead of feeling the need to argue with her. Like,
right.
I'm assuming y'all, considering you're saying that this is your brother-in-law and you're married, that y'all are adults. So I'm just going to say everyone sucks in this situation.
Now, I have experience in this area, which is kind of why this story called to me. My wife is if we're on an extended drive, more than probably 30 minutes, she finna kick them shoes off and she finna sit cross-legged in the front seat. I don't ever mind it. In the many times that we have been in the car or anything with family or something, I don't think she's ever kicked them shoes off. Just off GP, out of respect. And, you know, we actually went somewhere recently when my mother came to visit. We was like pretty much an hour and a half to go to Legoland. And I don't think she kicked them shoes off the whole time. My mother in the back seat, you know, just out of, I don't even know, it just a courtesy. It ain't got to be respect, just out of courtesy. Now, it sounded to me like you was going from work to your house. My question is, why is everybody in the car? It sounds like it's a little bit too much you and them to me. Why is your brother-in-law in the car? How old are y'all? Why is the mother-in-law? Why she ain't got her own whip? Like, what's you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit too much mixing going on here. And the brother-in-law is too motherfucking comfortable for him to be speaking to you like that.
Yeah,
that's number one. That's number one. Because I mean, if your feet is funky, then I can see it. But you say your feet ain't stink. But how you know your feet ain't stink? Bitch, you been smelling them hoes all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people I feel like genuinely don't realize that they have a little funk to them because they didn't got used to it. So, you know, when I be smelling funky people out in public, because they be out there, I don't necessarily blame them all the time unless it's like egregious. But I don't blame them all the time because I'm like, all right, maybe you know, maybe your house smell like that, you know, because sometimes, you know, when you leave your house, sometimes, like after you cook something per se, like the other day I had made some chicken wings, right? I always air the house out when I cook, no matter what. I use the fan, but I also like to air the house out because I don't want that shit sitting on my furniture. But I had went down to do some laundry, came back up. The windows was open, but I still smelled my chicken wings. So I was, you know, but I didn't smell them when I was up here. So that just goes further to the point. Sometimes you'll sit in something, you'll be used to it, and you won't smell it where other people will. So, homegirl, for you to say that your feet don't stink, it probably ain't true. Right.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna stick with my everyone sucks here because on the one hand, because I'm the same way. Like if I'm with, you know, if I'm on a road trip with my family or something like that, you know, I'll probably kick my shoes off or something like that. Or if I just have like flip flops on or something like that, I would slide my feet out. But if there's other people in the car, like for her, it would be her husband. Like if you're with your husband, but if you're with extended family, probably wouldn't. Like I said, you're already off your feet. Like that's probably giving you enough, and you could probably have even just rested your feet just right outside your shoe, you know, like, you know, not taking it completely off. That's the move. But not having it completely in. But again, like your brother-in-law, he didn't need to call you out like that either. So
And
everyone sucks here.
Let me poll the audience real quick because my wife is in here and I want to ask her because we went on a trip a couple years ago to Disneyland and y'all know we drove and y'all know how long that damn drive is. And I am pretty sure because, she sit where I sit usually. If I'm driving, she's sitting up front with me. If I'm in the back, she's sitting in the back with me. And I'm pretty positive that she took her shoes off during that drive and sat the same way that this lady was saying, cross-legged and whatever. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, the relationship is different between her and my family than this lady and this family, but in some cases I feel like it's as somebody who don't fuck with feet at all, I don't mind if that's the nature of the relationship, somebody kicking their shoes off. Don't get in my car as a friend and kick your shoes off because bitch, we're about to pull over. and you're about to get stomping down the sideway. Don't ever, you know what I'm saying? But yes, well, this person was found to be the asshole in the situation. They did say she was the asshole, so we was on the same page as the consensus on Reddit. Yeah,
for sure.